I'm back. Gonna make another video tonight. I haven't made a video forever. I don't know why. I just, when I go out and drive, it's like I never stop driving or have a minute. And when I do, I just, think about other things. But I was going to come on here with another story time. And this happened, maybe 3 weeks ago. We had a football game. And I'm sitting in my chair in my living room. Yes. Anyway, it was about, I picked up 6 guys, and they were probably between the age of 24 and 30 maybe. Anyway, and they were all intoxicated. Picked them up at the area that we call Northgate, which is our bar area. Anyway, I should have had a clue when 3 of them were peeing against the wall of the gas station where everybody gets picked up there. It's just at the end of the street, and it's just easier. And so anyway, they all got in my car. There were 6 of them. And they started, and so we pulled out, and they were being silly. And anybody who's, intoxicated is silly, and I let that go. It's not, that doesn't bother me. But they started talking real. This is the only way that I can describe it. I had somebody ask me about it the other day, and they started talking. If you can imagine a porn movie, I know, without the picture, and it involves men. And, I think they were just joking around and stuff, and they didn't do anything, but it was very, first of all, it was disrespectful to me. They weren't saying anything to me. They couldn't figure out why I was upset. It was about probably an 8 to 10 minute trip, but it was so vulgar, so beyond anything that anybody's ever said in my car. It was just disgusting. It was disgusting is what it was. So, and they're saying, oh, I'm going to do this and that and to you and me and yeah, it was bad. So anyway, I stopped 3 times, threatening to put them out. It was 2:30 in the morning. And they're like, well, we're not doing anything to you. Why would you, and they really couldn't understand why I was so upset. And they were taking offense that I was upset. So anyway, pulled into their apartment area and slammed on my brakes. And then because I was just mad. And they, throwing each other against each other. Anyway, they're all, my dad's an attorney. He'll get whatever. They probably didn't even remember it in the morning when they woke up. But anyway, I couldn't get one of them out of my car. He just kept wanting to know why I was so mad, why I was so angry, why was I so offended. And there was another one that was sort of I guess he was the designated, person. He was trying to give me money. And I did find the money, $20, a few days later, and I had lunch on him. So there we go. I didn't take it. He just dropped it in my car, and I didn't even find it until like 2 days later. So anyway, and all I kept saying was, get out of my car, get out of my car, get out of my car. And so finally the 2 got out of my car and closed the doors really hard. And started slowly driving off. I was having a panic attack, and at that time, after they got out, I kind of had tears running down my face, and one of them hit my car. Well, previous to that, when they were still in the car, he was trying to give me money, and the guy in the back was wanting to know exactly why I was so upset. I told him I was going to call the police, and I did. I'm really not sure what I did. I think I took off my earpiece because we're hands-free. So I think I took off my earpiece or turned it off or something. And so when I called the police, she was on my phone, and I couldn't hear her talking. So I was so distracted that I forgot that somebody was on the phone, that the dispatcher was on the phone. So when he hit my car, I looked down at my hand and I realized I had my phone. I pulled it up to my ear, and I said, "Oh, I forgot you. I had, you know." And she said, "Well, do you need an officer to come out?" And I was, I said, "I don't know." And I said, I told her what happened. And then that guy hit my car, and I said, "Oh, he just hit my car." And she said, "I heard it." And she said, "I heard the last little bit of the conversation that went on before they got out of the car." So, so she heard it, and talking, and that I was just saying, "Get out of my car, get out of my car." So anyway, when he hit my car, I pulled up a little further, and I noticed that it was a gated apartment, and they were all running through the people gate. And there was a guardhouse that's never got anybody in it, but at night I guess they have a guard in there, and he had stepped out. And I pulled up to him and I said, "Did you see that?" I said, "He just hit my car." And he said no. And I said, "Well, he just hit my car." And so he ran off to them to see what was going on, and I had explained just a tad. Still got the lady on the phone, dispatcher, and I'm crying at that point. And she said, "Do you want me to send an officer out?" And I said, "I don't know." And she was communicating with him as she was communicating with me, so I knew he was close. And I guess so, since now I have the guard involved. So, about that time, officer comes up, walks up to my door, and I see the guard through the gate, talking to these guys, and I could hear them talking, and they were all laughing, and all this. So, um, I told the police officer, what was going on, and I said it was, anyway. By this time, it was close to a quarter to three, and my panic attack is going on. And so anyway, he goes, "Well, when you drive at this time of night and you pick up at Northgate and they're going to be intoxicated, they're going to be this or that." And I went, "No." I said, "This was not normal." I said, "I can handle that." I said, "I can do that. I can handle it. No problem." Um, so I said, so the guard came over and started, and he stood there, and I asked the guard, I said, what is it that, what did they say?" And he said, they said it was and I still have, no, the lady on the phone is off. So the police officer's talking to me just a little bit. He doesn't really know what to say. The guard comes up, and I looked at the guard and I said, "What did they say?" And they said it was he said, they said it was a racial thing. Well, right off the bat, and I told him, I said, I knew they were going to pull the racial card. And I said, because I can tell you this, I said, the only time I ever mentioned their race was when the dispatcher asked me, "Are they Caucasian? Are they Hispanic? Are they black? Are they, what are," because it was just six men in my car that I'm calling the police on. They need to know how to identify them. And I told her, I said, "I don't know if they're from India or the Middle East or what country." I said, "I don't know, but that's the nationality." And she said, "Okay." So when the guard came up, he said that. And so they're both looking at each other like, "Oh, this woman can't, take this," or whatever. I said, "Let me tell you what they said." And I just took one sentence of what they said, and I used the exact wording that these guys said. And it was so vile. I can't, there's no way, I can't even repeat it to my best friend who I told her about this. It was so vile, it was so disgusting, and it was so degrading to men that they looked at each other, they looked at the ground, and I said, "I'm going home." And they just backed up a little bit so that I could turn my car around, and I went home. But that's my story of calling the police. And the next day, I was so traumatized that I've never had anything like that ever happen before. Never had to call the police on anybody like that. ever in my life. And so the next day, I just stayed at home. I was having a panic attack all day. And then on Monday morning, my first two or three passengers were super nice, super sweet. I'd already picked up one previously, so I kind of knew him. And I shared with him what happened. And he told me, he said, they were doing that on purpose. And I said, well, how do you know that? He said, because if they were doing it as something that they were enjoying, they would have used their language from their country. They wouldn't have been talking English because something like that, he said, they would have been talking in their own language. And I thought, he's right. He's right. So anyway, now I know I can take care of putting somebody out of my car. I can also take care of somebody who passes out in my car and take them to the ER. And now I can know that I can call 911. And now we just got the function that we can call 911 and text them. I'm really not sure how it works, but I'm going to have to figure that out. But I worked 60 hours this week and tired, and I just came home, and I think I'm going to call my daughter and talk to her and see what's going on in Austin. And yeah, that's about it. Been watching, everybody's videos and really enjoying them, and I just haven't put one up, and I apologize, but yeah, that's kind of what's been going on over here. Had to get a new dryer, had to get just everything at one time, and Christmas. But anyway, okay, thanks for listening to my video, and I will see y'all next time. Drive safe.